Today we're gonna talk about looking for jobs in Canada. So I know this is a very desirable video. We're gonna try to help you out or guide you when you're looking for jobs in Canada. So I have Craig and Hugh. They're gonna tell you a little bit of their experience and of course tell you the source where you can looking for jobs. So Hugh, can you explain to our viewers why first it is important to find a job in Canada, and of course where they can start to looking for?
I think this is like the most frequently asked question, like the single most asked questions, because the reason is most of the Canadian immigration programs do require you to, or applicants to have a job offer. So that's why they have to find a Canadian employer that can support the job offer for their PR application. And obviously the following question is like, where can I find one? Where can GB provide one? I know that personally, I know that there are some agencies that do offer some jobs, but obviously like our viewers have to be very careful and do their like homework to find whether those agencies are like trustworthy and reliable. But for GB, like because of the circumstances of this kind of program, we don't. But obviously we can still give some guidelines to our viewers where they can look for jobs. So obviously we're living in a 21st century, so most of us really look for a job online and submit our applications online too. So the same logic applies to everyone, whether they are in Canada or outside Canada. I think what is the most common place like where you look?
First thing that comes to mind is probably Canada's national jobs website called Job Bank.
Job Bank, yeah.
And then each province has their own individual job search website. For example, British Columbia has Work BC. PEI has Work
PEI,
and similar for each other province.
Correct. And then, of course, there are so like private websites, private companies that offer like employment listing websites, like Craigslist,
yeah.
Workopolis, Indeed, and there are some other websites too. So our viewers, who are in need of this kind of job offer, like, very recommended to go on those websites and then start looking for one. We will probably provide links in the video and also in the description so that they can just go and find. But of course, this doesn't mean, or this doesn't guarantee that they will be able to find the job.
Exactly.
Although, like, these days we say like the job vacancy rate of Canada is like high. I don't know if it's like a record high, but it's pretty high. But still, employers have a tendency or preference to hire someone that is already available locally, because they have to go through like LMIA, work permit, or PNP to bring those workers. But then if you still happen to find the right employer, I've seen many cases they're willing to help. They get their LMIA, work permit, and they can come to Canada. Of course, if this option is not available, then the second common way is like, in our previous videos we talked about, consider studying in Canada. So they can come to Canada on a study permit. During their study, they can work, and after graduation, they can get a post-graduation work permit for up to 3 years. So that's kind of the easiest and like most certain way to come to Canada and get a work permit.
I understand companies, because for them it's a big commitment. It's a big step to bring someone from abroad without not even being able to see the person right in front of them. Of course, with technology and Skype, you can do meetings, or things change. But anyway, I think the mindset of the managers and the H&R, they still, okay, I need to see this person here, talk to them in person, face to face, to decide if they're going to hire or not. But like you have mentioned, Hugh, we have a big problem in Canada. So there is a labor shortage in certain areas that they cannot work with. So it's very hard. Do you know any fields, any categories, professions, occupations that are most in demand in Canada right now?
I think not only in Canada, but probably throughout the world, IT is definitely one of the most in demand for workers. I think in Canada especially, I know people, when I look at people around me and their companies in IT, always looking for a worker. And then for those companies, they are actually willing to do interviews online, via Zoom or Skype, and willing to work with individuals overseas. But the problem is, if you're a remote worker, you will not be able to get a work permit, and you will not be able to use that experience to apply for Canadian Experience class. But maybe in the future, this may change, may not change, but we don't know yet.
Yeah, so it could be a way to get their foot in the door, to actually start and build a connection with the employer. Even if it doesn't result in a work permit at first, they can start remotely, and then maybe the employer will trust them enough or be confident in their abilities and support them with a job offer for a PNP or with a work permit through an LMIA.
Yes. And also, workers in the healthcare field. Many provinces, they're actually prioritizing to attract overseas or foreign healthcare workers. But because of licensing issues, and still, I would say the pool of available jobs for healthcare workers are probably not as many as IT workers. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Plus, healthcare industries, I would say it's more traditional, more conservative than IT. So employers in healthcare fields, sectors, may not be willing to do those kind of online opportunities. But Saskatchewan or even BC, I think, they do offer job matching services. So if you are qualified for their program, in their profile can be in the provincial pool, and then the system will help them find some potential employers that are offering jobs that will suit them. So if they're lucky enough to get job match, then they can apply for work permit and permanent residency too.
And that also reminds me, being in the pool and being in a job matching situation, that's free for them to check, to apply, and possibly be recruited. And as you mentioned before, the worker needs to be careful about working with an agency like a recruitment agency, because it's actually illegal in Canada to pay a fee to find a job. So if the agency is charging a fee to the worker, that's illegal. The recruitment agency can charge a fee to the employer to find someone, but not to the worker.
And then we hear many horrible stories. So they pay significant amount of fee to do something like employer-driven program. But later they find out that it was fake. It was fake job offer, and their immigration application is in trouble, and they cannot really go anywhere from that point. So applicants or clients have to do their due diligence to check, make sure those jobs are genuine and those agencies are reliable. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, definitely that is something important. And correctly me if I'm wrong, but what I understand is if you are lucky enough to work on IT or maybe healthcare that is in high demand, probably you're going to have a bigger chance to be hired. But if you're outside of those fields, the ideal is, okay, you come to Canada in a temporary way, for example, to study, then you're going to get accustomed to the culture and the country. Probably if you come to study, you're going to have a degree here, a certificate that you can show, and employers can say, okay, oh yeah, you study in that college or university, I know that. And you're going to be able to work after that period of study without any LMIA. So from the business perspective, they don't have to have that big commitment. But probably if you stay with them 1-2 years and they like, they like you, they like the job that you're doing, they probably can help you later to stay permanently under a LMIA or even under a PNP. That is, they have options with a job offer. So I guess if everyone should try. But if they start to see very difficult or not get even any answer from their applications, they maybe try this pathway that they stay here temporarily, able to work and start to meet people face to face. And we hope things gonna resume to normal, then they can have a face-to-face job interview. I think that would be the best of the options.
I agree. Yeah.
Okay. So I think it's all. I hope we could help you guys with some information and at least have a start to looking for your job opportunities in Canada. So thank you very much. See you next time.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you for watching our videos. If you have any questions or are having some trouble with your maintaining status in Canada, please email us at info@gbmimm.com. We'll get back to you and give you helpful advice. Thank you. Bye.